Now the next part definitely wasn't improvised, or certainly not certainly not the main part of it. It's kind of based on a riff that I play a lot. It's one of my kind of go-to kind of hybrid picking kind of country licks, which I just kind of launched into. That kind of thing. You know, it's something that I had played before. I didn't just kind of pull the notes out of thin air, but I threw it in the solo, if that makes sense. So, you know, it's although the solo was improvised, I played that part before. Now, that's there's a lot of kind of syncopation in there. Let's break it down as a riff and see what we can do with it. So, what we've got, again, it's this partial bar here. So you want to bar the top 2 strings on the 3rd fret, and make sure you pick them with your middle, with your 2nd and 3rd finger on your picking hand. And then with the pick, we're playing 5 on the D string. And then we go, then you want to kind of bar the 5th fret. So bar the D, G and B strings on the 5th fret, and then we kind of do this hybrid thing again. So we pick the G and B string back to the D string. Get that working. And then what that is, you bar the well, kind of bar the top 3 strings, I suppose, but we're not really putting much emphasis on the high E string, so you can just kind of, you know, sort of lean into the G and the B strings. So we kind of hit those with these two hybrid fingers. We just call, you know, the second and 3rd fingers. We'll just call that hybrid for now. Hybrid pick, just for laugh, just for kind of ease of transcription. So we go, and then you hammer on to the 4th fret of the G string. So you're kind of going minor 3rd and 5th. Sorry, you're kind of going minor 3rd and 5th to major 3rd and 5th. Back to pick, picking the 5th fret on the D string. And then we kind of syncopate, we cycle that, so we go. But in order to kind of make it complete, you know, to make it kind of fall into 4/4, at the end of the 2nd repetition, we have to go. At the end of the 2nd repetition, we have to throw in an extra, you know. So 3, 3 on the G and the B string, and then hammer to 4. So and that'll bring it around, so it's kind of in time, you know, for the next bar. So 3 and 4 and then we play it again that far, and then there's a little double stop thing in there. What I do, I slide up from kind of grace note slide, take this double stop here, so that's 7 on the G, 6 on the B, but I'm actually sliding up from 2 frets below, and I'm picking that up. I'm either picking it with the hybrid fingers or maybe the pick and the 3rd finger. I'm not quite sure, but it doesn't really matter. I'm picking it with the hybrid fingers. Yeah. And then we kind of do this grace note, slide down, but you kind of have to slide down into a bar. So you're barring the G and the B strings on the 5th fret. If that makes sense. It takes a bit of practice, you know, just isolate that one part. And then pull off to 3 on the G, 3 on the B. And then pick 5 on the D string. And then just to top it off. So that's what we had before. Sometimes I get my 2nd finger involved. That's hybrid on hybrid fingers on 5 on the G, 5 on the B, and then 5 on the D. I'm using my 2nd finger now, but up to speed I may not. I've never actually slowed it down. And then again hybrid from 3 on the G and the B strings to and then hammering on to 4 on the G string. If you ever see me closing my eyes when I'm transcribing a song, it's because I'm concentrating a lot more than I usually do. So yeah, that's it. It'll be in the tab anyway. So yeah, and then we do that again, the first part again. And then we kind of hit this kind of syncopated bit, so we go. You know, till it kind of falls around on the beat. It makes sense if you listen to it in context. So we get this, we get 3 and 4 and. Play that as is again, and then we go play it again just up until there. What did I do? Yeah, that's what I did. Kind of sounds like a fly. So I just kind of came out of that thinking, how am I going to come out of that? I mean, this is a legato lick that I play a lot. Normally, you know, repeat it a lot, but I just played it a couple of times. What it is, definitely need to get your pinky involved down here. So it's I think, yeah, I play it kind of 2.5 times, but it's really difficult to slow down. But it's within the blues scale. So you've got, if you're thinking of this box, you know, position 1, play 3 on the B string, pick it once, hammer to 6, pull off to 3, slide down to 2, hammer 3, pull off to 2, and then it repeats. You don't need to pick it again the second time around, but so you got the 5th, the flat 7, and the flat 5 in there. You know, the blue note. It can sound quite mean in certain company. I just kind of fiddle with it really. So, and then when I was done on the beat, I slid up to the root note. So slid up to 8 on the B, and then just use that kind of thing again. So that's 6 on the B, and that's 7 on the G. Grace note slide down the 5, pull off to 3 on the G, back to 5 on the G, and then just play that double stop again. So that's 4 on the G, 3 on the B, slide in from 1 fret below. I know it's kind of messy, but it kind of made sense in the solo and in the moment, and it was just a way to kind of get out of this, you know, syncopation of this kind of hybrid thing. So I'll try and kind of play it in context. 3 and 4 and. That kind of thing. So there you go, 3 solos, all with a kind of utilizing call and response, which is how I tend to phrase, you know, leaving spaces, having every phrase, you know, kind of builds on the last or has something to do with the last, you know, building themes, building kind of repetition, building kind of hooks, and being kind of considerate with your note choice as well, you know, kind of being thinking about chord tones, you know, thinking about where you are on the fretboard. So, you know, hopefully you found that useful. Again, you know, if the, hopefully I've broken everything down thoroughly enough. There is tab, obviously, and the tab's going to be accurate because I will have really, you know, analysed what I played on the takes and kind of, you know, transcribed it from there. If your fretboard knowledge is, you know, needs improving, then do check out my Master the Fretboard course. If you kind of want to advance your blues playing and look at some of these kind of, you know, diminished half-whole stuff and kind of blues slurs that we use, then check out my Blues the Next Level course. I do have a website called absolutebluesguitar.com, which is a very comprehensive blues course. We're talking about kind of classic electric blues. You know, it takes the player from having never before picked up a guitar in the beginner section through to some very advanced stuff, you know, kind of based on traditional blues. There's slide guitar in there, there's slow blues, you know, a lot of stuff to get the student developing their own blues style, using lots of example solos so you can build up your own vocabulary. So all that remains for me to say now is thank you very much. Thank you for choosing this course, and I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you can incorporate some of these ideas into your own playing and to have fun. Cheers, guys. I'll see you on the next lesson.